Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Good evening. Hello, everyone. We are live. Let me get my audio. If you can hear me, type loud and clear in the comments box. Right. Great. The audio is great. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Eunice Tan. I'm doing this live from Singapore. I'm an entrepreneur, speaker, and trainer. I'm also the director of a GPS consultancy, a boutique business consultancy that helps people to start their business and grow their business. We help people to take care of their front end, like their marketing, or their back end, like their compliance, their corporate secretariat, accounting, the HR payroll, all the back end stuff, the operation stuff that you don't want to take care of. Right. So we also share business lessons like this on Facebook Live or in our other online courses to share with people how you can grow your business, and because you are the best person to know about your business to grow your business, right? So without further ado, I'd like to start off. I'd like to start on time, and just let me share my screen. Okay. Right, let me see whether you can see. Right. Great. Right, I'm going to start off today's session by saying two things. First, even though my title of this session states before you start your business, right? These three attitudes I'm going to share today are everlasting and evergreen and are applicable to those who have already started your business as well, because these attitudes are so fundamental. Second, there are many attitudes that an entrepreneur needs to possess. I started with these three simply because these attitudes, yes, they are so fundamental. I've added other videos on other attitudes. You can check them out. For now, let's get started on today's lesson. Now, today's topic is on attitude. As it had been said, your attitude determines your altitude. But what exactly is attitude? If you break it down, it's about how you look at things and people and how you respond to things and people. And if you dig deeper, our attitude stems from our mindset and mentality. And that's what I'm going to touch on today. And to help you remember easily, I have called this the CAR method. You will find out why by the end of this video. So stay tuned, right? Ready? So let's go. Now the first one is coachable. Being coachable is about having a learning attitude. Now, why is this important? Because learning is an ongoing journey. There is always something new to be learned every day. So what do you learn? How do you learn? You know, the last thing you want to find out is that you learn the wrong things 10 years later. So let's take a look at some of the what and the how. One of the most obvious way is, of course, you can learn from the past, the present, and the future. I believe everything, learning from the past is quite straightforward. We look at what had happened and derive some lessons from there. We do that every day, in fact. A very common form would be in the form of a debrief, right, after a project or an event. Learning from the present is also quite easy to understand. You can walk the ground now and have a sense of what's going on currently. But what about learning from the future? There are 2 points I want to highlight here. One is that I'm talking about learning to be a visionary, being imaginative, and having the courage to create the future you want. Say, imagine, what would your business like in 1 year or 3 years or 5 years time? That will bring me to my second point, which is you learn to work backwards to get to what you want. So for example, if you want your business to be making 100,000 in a year's time, let's say you only have one product or one service at the moment and are charging $100 for it. This will work out to be 1,000 customers over a period of 1 year. So you now need to learn how to get that 1,000 customers, what strategies you need to use, where to find them, how do you deliver the products or services, what marketing platform to use, and what about payments. So in short, it's like stretching into the future and see what you need, and you come back to the present and do whatever it takes to make it happen. This is a really, really powerful mindset to have if you can do it. In fact, it is the one thing which I did, which enabled me to make a profit right from day one of my business. Next, you can also learn from the old, the young, and your peers. You can also learn from the more experienced as well as from the lesser experienced. Now, it is very important to learn from those who have more experience, and generally, they will be older than us, because experiences are so valuable. They prevent you from making unnecessary mistakes, and they help us to shortcut our learning journeys. However, many make the mistake that they only want to learn from the older ones and the more experienced ones, and refuse to learn from someone younger or lesser experienced than them. You may be asking, what can you learn from someone younger than me or someone less experienced than me? Tons of things, of course. For example, from the younger ones, I learned the latest gadgets, technology, and software from them. They also remind me not to lose the passion in what I do and to have the guts to chase after what I want. The world is my oyster, remember? And what about those lesser experienced than I do? What do I learn from them? Many things. I learned to go back to the basics and the fundamentals. I learned to see things from a different perspective, to be more patient, to fine-tune my teaching methods, and to remind myself about paying forward. Remember how when we were inexperienced and someone taught you what they know? I will always remember those mentors and forever grateful to them. And now it's my turn to help others. And during the process, I also learned to be a better leader because I'm leading someone now. So there's always something to be learned if you keep an open mind. Next, you can also learn from the mistakes that you made or the mistakes that are made by other people. You learn from your own mistakes, so you won't repeat them. That's obvious. You learn from other people's mistakes because it's a cheaper way to learn and a faster way to learn as well. And you can also learn from the wins achieved by you or others. Meaning, what went well for you, wins means what went well for you, or what works for you, and what went well for others, and what works for them as well. And see if you can duplicate their success principles. So there are many things that you can learn from practically every person around you, even a 2-year-old. But you can only do so if you maintain a coachable attitude. Otherwise, it's very hard to teach you, and it's going to be very hard for you to improve as well. I'm sure some of you have training experiences. You want to train a new person that just came on board, and if the person is not coachable, it's so hard to teach that person. It's so hard to tell them where they have gone wrong, where they can improve, right? So by that token, we have to maintain a coachable attitude because learning is really an ongoing journey. Right. Next, my point number 2. Most of you have heard of this saying, right? Knowledge is power. Actually, the more accurate way of saying is applied knowledge is power. Yes, the second attitude is about application. Apply what you have learned, applying what you know, an attitude of taking actions. This is so important. Acquiring knowledge by itself is not going to give you any power. Imagine a medical student after going through 6 to 8 years of medical school or training and decided at the end of the day not to be a doctor. Does he have a lot of knowledge about the human body? Absolutely. But it's not going to do a lot of good since he's not going to put that knowledge into use on a daily basis. So you can go for a lot of business classes like this one I'm doing or other self-development classes, but it's not going to do you any good if you are not going to take any action. It's like buying a book and just put it on the shelf. That's called shelf development, SHELF, not self-development. So imagine, right, learning how to drive a car or how to ride a bicycle or how to swim. You can't just rely on reading a book or watching a video. You need to get into a car and start the engine. You need to get onto a bicycle and start pedaling. And you need to get into a pool and start taking the waters. I believe many of you know this principle and know the importance of taking action. But the more important question then is, what stops you from taking action? There are many reasons why people are not taking actions. I'm just going to share the 3 most common reasons why. Now, number 1, first, fear of failure or embarrassment. Now, after you have learned something and being told to put into practice, right? Very often the first response is, what if I mess up? Our minds tend to gravitate towards the negatives somehow. And we are very good at thinking of all the things that can go wrong. I drew much encouragement from this great man, many of you know, called Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. Now, Edison failed 10,000 times before he invented the light bulb successfully. And when he was interviewed about it, he famously said, I have not failed 10,000 times. I successfully found 10,000 ways that will not work. Wow, that kind of mindset, right? It just blew me away. Are you aware that what if can work both ways? You can think, what if I mess up? Or you can think, what if it works out? You can think, what if I make a fool of myself? Or you can think, what if I can become an inspiration to others? Now, every one of us, including myself, have our fair share of failures and mistakes. We can always turn it around to become an experience and lesson to learn and improve. As there's a famous quote that says, right, turn your mess into a message. Right? Remember, every professional was once a beginner, and every expert was once an amateur. Second reason, there's overwhelming information. This is such a big action stopper these days. Before internet and social media become the norm, there was the problem of not enough information. Now, we have the problem of too much information. So much so that we are overwhelmed by the amount and speed of info downloaded to us every day. And with that, right, we become paralyzed by this info because we don't even know where to begin, especially in the areas that we are not strong in, myself included. So for example, when it comes to IT stuff, technology, it's not exactly my forte. So whenever I attend a class on IT or technology, I will feel overwhelmed quite easily in the past, and will not take action. But since technology is here to stay, I tell myself, I might as well learn how to deal with it. And so I found a very common sense way. So common sense that you might even laugh. Ready? Let me share with you. So what I did was that I took notes during class and looked back on the notes and asked myself this simple question. What is the one thing I can do now? Once that I've started on that one thing, I will go back to my notes and repeat the same question and just keep repeating the process. So meaning I start on one thing that I can start now, and then once I've done that, I go back to my notes and I ask what's the next thing I can do? What's the next one thing I can do? What is the next one thing I can do? And I just keep repeating the process. Simple? Yes, it's that simple. And it's that common sense. Told you, you might laugh. You see, most things in life are simple, but we like to complicate things. It's as if it is not complicated, it's not worth doing. But actually, it's not true. Sometimes the simplest things are in a way, it's the most beautiful things, it's the easiest things to do. So in the midst of endless streaming of info, I always ask myself this question. What is the one thing I can do or need to do now? Give it a go, you will be pleasantly surprised how that simple question can get things started. Number 3, third reason why people don't take action is I'm not good enough. This is a really big one, and it's the root problem of many issues. If you have been following my videos, you will see that this reason somehow just keep coming up as well. Very often, we tell ourselves that we are not good enough and need to learn some more. Need to learn some more and need to learn some more. And we go into this student mode day in and day out. Nothing wrong with wanting to learn some more. especially when we just mentioned that learning is ongoing. But after you learn, you must put into practice. People are so afraid to take actions that we hide behind the excuse of, I need to learn some more. I don't know enough yet. This phenomenon comes from a healthy way of comparing yourself with others. Many of the speakers, celebrities, high-ranking officers you have come across experience this as well. And to be honest, this feeling of not good enough will probably not go away. So if you are going to wait till you are good enough, then take action, you will never take action. If that's the case, you might as well learn how to deal with it. My trick? Yeah, I've got two, right? Glad you asked. Now, first, number one, I learned to focus on progression, not perfection, right? Let me repeat that. I learned to focus on progression and not perfection. So for example, if you just started a business and your end goal is to build $1 million company, your focus would be how to earn your first dollar. After all, if you think about it, $1 million starts with the first dollar. And what is $1 million? It's basically a billion pieces of $1 notes put together, right? So always remember, Rome was not built overnight. So the second thing I focus on is to be 1% better than yesterday. And so to sum up two things here, focus on progression, not perfection, and to be 1% better than yesterday. This is how I overcome I'm not good enough. Now, this is a very big topic on I'm not good enough. We have videos on showing on how you get various ways of overcoming this. So just keep a lookout and go check it out. Now, we have covered learning and taking action. The last thing I want to cover is very, very important. It will determine the success or failure of your business. Now, after learning, after taking actions, you need to review. Yes, to review means to ask two important questions. One is what went well, and the other one is what can be improved, right? Now, I know some of you are thinking the second question is what went wrong. Now, it's very important to me, your language, the choice of words are very important. It will empower you or disempower you. Now, the first question of what went well, obviously, you need to review what went well and then just build on it, become better next time. And I use the word what can be improved because the word what can be improved, I find that it's more empowering than what went wrong, right? Your choice of words are very, very important. So for example, there are certain words in my life that I eliminate from my life and my workplace. And one of the words is stupid, right? I don't use this word except for when I do illustrations like this. And there's no stupid questions in this world, and only questions that you think that other people are not asking, but it actually, whenever somebody asks me a question, very often in class, there will be at least another 2 or 3 persons, another 5% of the students have the same question. So to me, that is not there's no stupid questions in this world, right? So so in this case, I use the word what can be improved because it's more empowering. It helps you to direct your focus into improving rather than what went wrong. And because the more you think about what went wrong, the more negative downward spiral you become, because it will sit on the I'm not good enough. It's like there's something wrong with me. Why am I such a slow learner? It can spiral into, maybe I'm not cut up for this. It will just go a downward spiral to many things which will get out of hand at some point. Right? So remember, your choice of word is really very important. Now, why is in this case, coming back to the review, why is this important? Because when we need to review so we can constantly improve where we are not so good, and also we also need to celebrate our wins where we have done well, and very importantly, to prevent us from getting complacent. Now, a lot of people, there are always areas there's no perfection. So there are always areas that we can improve on. So that I think that is quite a straightforward one, because most of us have no problem in that department. And some of us, we have the problem in terms of celebrating our wins, celebrating our achievements, so you tend to downplay that. Now, celebrating your wins are just as important as looking at how you can improve, because that will encourage you, that will inspire you to do even better. We tend to, when we have encouragement from others and we have a positive word spoken over us, we tend to live up to that expectation. So living up to your expectation works both ways as well. When you have a positive expectation, you will live up to the positive expectation. When you have a negative expectation, you will live up to the negative expectation as well. So that's why the choice of words are so important. Now, it also prevents us from being complacent. Now, if you don't review your work, you might be thinking that, wow, I'm already there somewhere. So maybe let's go back, let's backtrack a little bit. So if you have just started, right, you may be okay to review because you think that you have a lot of things, areas that you can improve. But as you improve and you get to somewhere, you might be thinking, oh, I don't need to review anymore because everybody's giving me 5-star, everybody is giving me good comments, the feedback from everything is good. But the thing is that you really need to go back and really look at your whole process and see where is it that you can improve on. Otherwise, you will think of the world of yourself and you will start to get complacent, and very soon pride will come in. And you know what they said, right? Pride comes before the fall, right? So if review is so important, why is it that people are so afraid to do review then? So I know of people who don't do feedback form, or they don't, when they do videos, they don't like to look at themselves, they look at whatever that they are looking, and they don't like to look at what they have done. Why? Because a couple of reasons. Now, firstly, sometimes we don't like to review. What stops us from reviewing? Partly it's because we don't want to remind ourselves how bad we are. Remember, I mentioned earlier on that we tend to gravitate towards the negative, right? So when we review and look at our past, we tend to look at where we have gone wrong, what's wrong with us. We look bad, we speak too fast, whatever it is, right? And I remember sometime back we have to take this individual profile pictures, right? For our profile pictures for a corporate shoot. So when I went over there to take my individual profile photos, I was one of the last ones. So by then, right, most of them have already done their photo shoots. And when I look at mine, I'm like, my first response to the photographer is like, wow, mine is so ugly. Why I look so stiff and unnatural? And I'm the worst looking among everybody. There's about 20, 30 of us. And you know what the photographer says? She says, you know what? Everybody responds the same way. Everyone, right? Almost without doubt, that the first response is always other people look better than me, right? This is how much we have been ingrained to look at something negative. So every time we look at something, especially our own works, we tend to look at the negative side, and we tend to downplay the not so good side. But whereas other people will see that, hey, you look good, your work is good, and with that, and mine is not good. So why is that so? So we need to take note of that as well. And also, let me give you another example. So I do some outreach program with my church, and recently we are supposed to do some drawings and paintings for a special needs school. And none of us know how to draw, right? We have a bit of template and sample to look at. And when I start drawing, I look at my own drawing, and I look at other people's drawing. I'm like, whoa, their drawings are so much better than mine. Mine looks horrible, and mine is just horrendous to me even. But when they look at when other people, when they look at my drawing, they say that yours is so good, and they don't think their drawing is good. So it's just how our mind so ingrained that is towards the negative of our own doings, that we don't want to, we tend to look at the bad side of our works. So because of that, right, we don't like to review our works because we seriously, we don't need to be reminded how bad we are. We already know how bad we are. So by reviewing, we tend to pick up all the negative stuff. But seriously, when you review, you may not be as bad as what you think you are. Sometimes we look at I remember there was once I was in a public speaking class and I stumbled and I forgot my lines on stage and all. And it was part of the exercise, right? So they recorded and I looked back. And when I looked back, right, I knew that awkward pause was coming. But you know what? When I looked at the video, I couldn't find the pause. And I was so sure which part is it. I look at it. No, because you see, when I was on stage, when I forgot, that moment, that 1 second feels like 10 seconds. But when we look at the video, it was just half a second. So it wasn't that long and nobody really noticed it in that sense. Only I know because I know my mistakes. So, but you don't know, right? You may not realize, you may not even realize if there was a awkward pause or I forgot my lines. So very often we actually we tend to look at what we are not good at, and we tend to, that stops us from reviewing what we are, our works. But because of that, right, it's really very not a very good practice, because when you don't review your works, you don't know where you are good at, and you don't know where you can improve, and you might go haywire, and you might not be on the right track. You might be thinking this, but actually the market speaks something else. So if you are going to start your business, so when you first start, right, I'm not going to lie to you that, sometimes, we will make mistakes and all. It's okay to make mistakes, right? And I can tell you, all of us, we all have our fair share of failures and mistakes, as I mentioned. In fact, if anything, I think we have more failures and mistakes. The only reason the difference between me and you, or the successful people and the not so successful people, is that we take actions and we look at our mistakes. We make more mistakes than other people. We have more failures than other people. And I was just talking to my mentor the other day, and we were just saying that, when you want to start a business, sometimes businesses are just like that. You do. Maybe out of 10, you can have 1 success. And the thing is that something I share with all my clients. Sometimes you can do 10 things in your business, in your company. The first 9 things might not work out, and the 10th thing work out, or the 10th business work out. Now it's all worth it, so long the 10th item, the benefits of the 1 success override all the failures of the 9. Right? I don't really like to call it failures, but just for lack of better words, for common understanding, I will use that. But on the other hand, and also your mindset, how you look at things, is so important. Your attitude towards all these failures and mistakes, right, is so important. You must always remember, without the 9 mistakes or the 9 failures, you will not have the 10th success. Just like what Thomas Edison said, right? He didn't fail 10,000 times. He only found 10,000 ways of not being able to make a light bulb work. Right. So also another reason why people don't like to review, because they already think that they are very good, right? And they tend to be this is where I was why I want to put this down as why is it important, because it prevents us from being complacent, because there are people who look at it and say that, I have won so much awards, I have done so much, I've been recognized by the government even, and internationally, everybody knows my name. So this is the part where, if you don't review, you will go into, that stops people from reviewing their works, because they think that they are already there. But the thing is that the market is always so fluid. We live in an era where changes are taking place every day, and changes are taking place even faster day by day. And we need to review what works yesterday might not work today, right? I used to say that what worked 10 years ago might not work today. And I found me saying that time span is getting shorter and shorter. And then it becomes what works 5 years ago may not work today, and become 1 year. And now I'm saying what works yesterday that may not work today. And seriously, it's true, right? Because this pandemic took everybody by surprise, and what works before this pandemic, right? A lot of us are still doing like offline and face to face. We rely some amount of technology, but not as much. But this pandemic just flattened the curve, flattened the whole playing field, and everyone started to go online. And those who learn how to make use of technology and all, will win the game. And this is where some of the companies, some of the businesses took this opportunity to review their process, to review their business model, to regroup themselves and see where have they gone wrong. I know there are people who are the companies who, one of my friends who work in a big company, and she's a regional traveling role, right? So she travels a lot in the region, and this pandemic made their company really rethink their positioning, because before this they were doing a regional businesses, and they realized they have over relied on regional markets rather than local markets, and they were hit very badly this time around. So they are actually looking at how they should be doing and all. So this is kind of an example of review as well. Now, if you are just starting your business, what you can review is you are doing a lot of reviewing all the time. You are always asking what works and what can be improved. Keep improving. Don't be discouraged by the so-called mistakes or the failures. Just keep improving and keep improving, and you will get there somewhere. At some point, you will get better and better, and your wins will be more than your mistakes at some point, right? Trust me on this. No, there's no replacement. A lot of people say, "Oh, you work hard or work smart," and people go for work smart, right? But to me, it's work hard on working smart. So there's no replacement for really just hard work and gaining your own experience. Now, so in a nutshell, let me get this. Okay, so in a nutshell, you need to be coachable and learn, right? And you need to apply what you have learned. And also, you need to review what you have applied. The same way you will learn how to drive a car. Now you know why I use the car as abbreviation, the so-called the car method. I know some of you think that it's a bit lame, right? But if we do whatever, it helps you to remember to learn all the lessons, remember the lessons. So remember CAR, coachable, application, and review. Or if you like, you can replace the application to action as well. It's fine, so long you remember. So remember, at the end of the day, these 3 attitudes, right, that you must have before you start your business, and you need to fine-tune it and shift your mindset to that. Or if you have already started your business, remind yourself constantly that these are the very 3 different attitudes that you must always have. Otherwise, your business might get into trouble at some point, right? I have seen so many people, business owners, that are just, it's such a waste because they just they didn't follow this, they missed out on one of these 3 attitudes. Now, right, so that's all I have for today. I trust that you have learned at least one thing today, right? So remember the car, if you cannot remember anything else, right? So, we want to, if you have any questions, if you have learned something today, type in the comment box what you have learned, one takeaway, and how you can apply in your business or your current stage, your business stage or your personal stage, or even. If you have any questions, type in the comment box, or you can PM us, or you can email to admin@jpsconsultancy.com, like and share, and follow our Facebook page. We share regular business lessons like this so that you can be bite-sized, and I know you guys are very busy people, and you can learn this and run it with it, right? So that's all I have. Let me see. All right, so I'll see you soon, and like, share, and follow our Facebook, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye.